PAC veteran Mark Shinners has died. Shinners became involved in the PAC as a teenager after the Sharpeville Massacre in the 1960s. He was arrested and convicted alongside former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke for anti-apartheid activities in 1963. He was sent to Robben Island, where he served the full term of his 10-year sentence. After being released from prison, Shinners went back to his political activism, helping with mobilization of the 1976 student uprising. He and 17 other PAC members were convicted in what became known as the Bethal Treason Trial. He spent another 10 years on Robben Island before he was transferred to a Johannesburg prison to serve the remainder of his sentence. For more on Mark Shinners' role in the struggle for liberation, we're joined by PAC Secretary General Pooe. Good evening, Mr. Pooe. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Firstly, condolences to his family, friends, and you as the Pan-Africanist Congress. If you can firstly share his last moments, if at all any of that information is available at this point.
Good evening and good evening to all the listeners, and thanks for the messages of condolences. And as the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, PAC, we also wish to extend our condolences, particularly to the family of Mark Shinners, members of the PAC and the... Hello?
Yes, Mr. Pooe, you can continue. You're audible.
Yes, so we wish to send our condolences to the family, all our leaders, particularly our veterans. In recent times, we are losing many of our veterans as an organization, and this is so disheartening. And Mr. Mark Shinners, guys, at a particular time when the PAC is playing a very meaningful role towards ensuring that it realizes its own objective, that is the return of the land to African people. Mr. Mark Shinners played a very pivotal role in the organization, as you have alluded to, the history that he played, being one of the people who were arrested immediately after the 1976 Soweto uprising. Many people do not know that they were the only people who were charged for that uprising and actually sentenced to Robben Island. I also personally have fond memories of him. He used to, when he was serving in the PAC NEC, he was very instrumental in making sure that we preserve the commemoration of Sharpeville Massacre Day every year on the 21st of March. And we make sure that resources are availed, much as they were very limited, towards ensuring that those events become a success. And we all are having a very fond memories of him, because he had never been one of those who would desert the organization in its difficult times. So we are indeed, as an organization, very saddened.
Perhaps you can take us a bit further back, just to his initiation into Pan-Africanism.
I lost you a bit.
Mr. Pooe, I'm saying perhaps you can take us a bit back, because we know that his activism started as a teenager. Perhaps you can just take us through some of those eras or that specific time of his initiation into Pan-Africanism. Yes,
Mr. Mark Shinners grew up in Activism in Pretoria, and he joined the PAC as a teenager. And he was arrested immediately after the positive action campaign that also led to what we now know as also 21st March Sharpeville Massacre shooting. He was sentenced to Robben Island, where he served his term there, and together with many other activists of the PAC. In the trial, they were both charged with Pooe, who later on became the leader of the PAC and the oldest liberation fighter, who was arrested and sentenced in Robben Island. He was in the Bethal trial, where they were charged for what happened in Soweto on the 16th of June in 1976. He had a very long history of having fought for the liberation of this country, particularly the PAC in various roles, starting at the branch level and rising up through all PAC structures until he became also an NEC member of the PAC. At the time of his passing, he was also part of the veterans of the PAC that were advising us on numerous matters that affected the organization and our role and our involvement in the GNU and also many other activities that we were involved in.
Mr. Pooe, thank you very much for your time. What a life well lived, most certainly a very rich history and great contribution to the struggle for freedom. Thank you very much again, and condolences to you as the PAC yet again. That is PAC Secretary General Pooe.